What's up, graphic designers? In today's class, we're going to use the magnetic lasso and learn how to desaturate and apply levels to create a Valentine's Day button for someone that's special to you. So we're going to produce something that looks a little bit like this, and this is the button template that I created for you. You're going to find it in Google Classroom. You're going to make sure that you write your name in the upper left-hand corner, and prior to submitting, you're going to remember to hide the face line, and it says it in fact in the layers palette itself. It says last step, hide this layer. And to do that, you're going to click this little eye right there. And what this circle is, it's the edge of the front of the button. So you're going to want to make sure you hide that. And we're going to be producing today something that looks like this. So you can have an image of yourself desaturated. That means it's going to be black and white. The bouquet of roses is going to be a vibrant red. We're going to add some text, and it's going to look amazing. And you'll notice that when we check out the layers palette, we've got the roses on one layer, and underneath it we've got the desaturated layer that includes those roses that are in fact black and white. But we're going to cover it with the colorful roses, and let's talk about just how to do that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to delete all of this, and we're going to start from scratch. Great. So here's some John Akaja's button from 2018. And we're going to update it with 2020. So you'll notice that I already created this selection of John using the magnetic lasso. I'm going to return to the button layer. First, I'm going to press Command C, Command V, and there's John. And I'm going to press Command minus to zoom out a tad. And I'm going to press Command T, and I'm going to shrink this down. And it's a super easy way to reduce the size of a layer is if you look up in the top of the interface, it says W and H. And if we click this link, what that will do is it will reduce the width and the height and keep it proportional if it's linked together. So we're going to reduce it to, let's say, 33% of the original size. And then I'm going to press Command plus to zoom back in. And now I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to grab the corner. And I'm going to think about what looks good. Because keep in mind, we're going to need a little bit of space for text. And I think that looks great right there. So I'm going to press Check to confirm. Tremendous. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create a selection of these roses. So I'm going to press Command plus. I'm going to zoom in. We're going to use the magnetic lasso, and I'm going to go along relatively quickly. And we're just capturing just the bouquet itself. All right. And so once you get along the edge, you can just make a selection anywhere because it's transparent. There's no background there. I'm going to press Command C to copy these roses, and I'm going to press Command V to paste them again. And so there are the roses, but what I'm going to do now is hide them by clicking that eye. We're going to return to the John layer. We're going to press Command Shift U to desaturate. And I know this is new, but anytime we desaturate anything by pressing, again, Command Shift U, we're going to press Command L, and that opens this window right here. And it's a histogram that shows the tonal range, so I can see the darks are on the left side and the lights are on the right side. And we're going to lighten this up by clicking and dragging this little white arrow right there. And when we do that, when we click this and we drag it from the right to the left, you'll see that the lights get lighter, and that's insane. We don't want to go that light, so you want to finesse it just a tad. So the lights get lighter, the darks get darker, and this middle one, this one right here, adjusts the midtones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten it up a tad. That looks great. We're going to press OK. Beautiful. I'm going to return to those roses in the layer above, and I'm going to click the eye so we can see them once more. And we're going to want to make sure that it's sitting right on top of the original image, and that looks great. So a moment ago we pressed Command L to apply levels to this desaturated image. Now we're going to press Command M, and when we press Command M, we can apply curves, which is a color adjustment. And so we're going to make, ideally, it's kind of like an S-curve, and so you can see that the lights are on the right side, the darks are on the left side, and we're going to want to lighten the light. So if we go like this, that's insane. That's way too much. So you're going to want to sort of experiment, and I like this, and maybe we'll darken it just a tad. And so you're going to experiment with what looks good. You're going to press OK. So now we'll see before and after, and you can see that there's quite a difference between before the curves and after the curves. All right, that looks tremendous. All right, so we want to make sure that the text is on the face layer, right, the front of this button. So I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. I'm going to capture some of this red right there, and that looks great. And you guys are going to write Happy Valentine's Day. All right, and so if we were to submit this the way it is now, we wouldn't see the apostrophe S. It would say Happy Valentine's Day. So we're going to make sure this is shifted over. And I'm going to press check to confirm. I'm going to press Command T. I'm going to hold Shift to decrease the size just a tad. And that looks great. I'm going to put 2020 right here because we need, obviously, to update this button for his Valentine. And then I'm going to write Love John because why not? All right, I'm going to press check. I'm going to go to the various fonts that we have, and that looks fancy. I like that. So I'm going to press Command T. This looks tremendous. We're so close to being finished. Instead of Pedro, this guy is John. We're going to press check to confirm. And then again, it says remember to hide the face line. So what we're going to do is we're going to click right here. It says last step, hide this layer. You're going to submit this as a JPEG. And now John's got the 2020 version to go along with his 2018 version. And I love the progress. I can't wait to see your work. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.